and other people can come in. Those who are already working it have jobs. That'll be about the summertime. What am I going to do? How am I going to survive? How am I going to support my family? I mean, that's just the way it is right now. The economy is tough.
How does Kelvin Seabrooks deals with adversity?
Me? You know, I'm a very patient man. I'm a very patient man. And I learned how to be very patient through boxing. And I know how to be a team player through boxing. I'm not selfish. Adversity for me is a thing where you have to know where you're going, and it's going to take patience and time to get there. So I don't let things get to me too fast. It takes a lot to get to me. It really does. Maybe, and that came from boxing too, because as a child, I had a quick temper. I had an attitude problem. But I didn't know. I knew where I wanted to go. So that's it. Growing up in the low-income neighborhood, that's not who I am. So a lot of times I try to tell kids, find out who you are and where you want to go. And once you find out who you are, then you can know where you want to go and how to get there.
How would your program assist with helping the youth with obesity?
Mm-hmm.
You know, because that's another thing, because a lot of kids, they just sit around playing games and
Right.
they don't get out and...
Right. Exactly. The worst, that you said that, the worst thing they came up with was these cell phones, the iPods, whatever you call it, with all these gadgets. They spend more time on their phones than they do in schoolwork. They spend more time on their phone, texting, all this stuff, and playing games than they do with their own family in the household. You know, it's bad when you're upstairs and you calling downstairs to see what we're gonna have to eat. I have your brother or your sister to get you up, bring you something upstairs. And it's terrible. I see kids in the classrooms, recently, doing testing, looking at the computers, on the phone, trying to get the answers. No, that's not the right way. Be like everybody else. If they can do it, you can do it.
But that is a big issue, that obesity, because we see that a lot of,
Right.
The kids are, well, not only the kids, but the adults. We need to exercise more, and with your team, Seabrooks, it would give the kids the opportunity to get out there and get more athletic and get active.
Exactly. I also do cardio boxing workouts, private lessons at my place. I also do aerobics. I either go to your place or what, rec centers or what. But I teach boxing aerobics, which is similar to Tabo. So I do those things to try to knock out obesity. A lot of times I talk about how you need to eat, even though I'm a little bigger than I was when I was fighting. I was only 118 pounds, now I'm about almost 180, but I'm retired, so. Obesity is a big thing for me, really. And I mean that because, it was funny, it wasn't funny, but when my mom died, before my mom died, she was probably, 5'5", maybe. She was walking around at 180, 175, 180. But when she passed, she was only 95 pounds. And that's why I'm talking about smoking and eating right and stuff like that, Take away the cigarettes, so she smoked herself to death. My dad drank himself to death. It can come down with people getting heavier now. Kids get, the food's not like it was when we was growing up. There's a lot more stuff, chemicals and all that stuff in foods now. So kids are a lot bigger, because they eat a lot more and they're lazier. So I'm trying to do everything I can in my power to try to do exercises or whatever with the kids. I've been to some of the YMCA's teaching my aerobic workout. Then, like I said before, with cardio boxing, to do the cardio boxing workout. They also teach about conditioning with that, and how to run and sprints and things like that.
How important, I know you're married and you have a family.
Happily.
how important to have that individual, your partner, in your life?
That's very important. And it's very important for me because I'm a man who never wanted to be alone. That's probably one reason why. That's probably another reason why I was boxing and baseball, because growing up, my family, we was everybody was on their own. Everybody did their own thing. You know, so for me, and I think a lot of kids want that too. They don't like to be alone. They want to spend time with their people, well, whoever. For me, being alone was the worst thing that can never happen to me, and I never want to be alone. Never. And that's one of the reasons why, I love my wife to death, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to marry my wife, because she's a heck of a good woman.
Mm. If your parents were here right now, what would they say about their son, Kelvin?
I really think my dad wasn't in my life like a lot of the kids right now who are fathers not in their life. It's always the mothers trying to be friends to the kids. But if my mom was here now, my mom would be very blessed, very proud, super happy, because I promised my mom that, I would tear up on this, I'm sorry. But I promised my mom that before I retired from boxing, that I would buy her a home. And right when I turned pro, I think 6 months later she died. So, but still, when I won the world title, I still bought her that home because I wanted to keep my word. Bought her that home, and I probably stayed in the home for about 2 years. I started having tax problems, so I sold the home. But the main thing, and it never bothered me that I sold a home for a little of nothing. And when I say a little of nothing, a little of nothing. It was like I said, it didn't bother me because my mom wasn't here to see it no way. And I kept my word. That was my main thing, to keep my word. So I did that, and I was happy.
And she's with you all the time, you know what I'm saying?
I know.
And she's watching you right now, she's right beside you, and she sees her little boy, her man right now, and I know she has to be proud of you, and she's with you all the time.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. But I know that, believe me. Sometimes you feel when the presence, sometimes I feel the presence, and I smile. That's why I think people sometimes ask, why do you smile so much? Because I've been blessed. I've been truly blessed. And I've accomplished everything I wanted to accomplish, except for the things I want for the kids. I've kept my word with my mom. And I've accomplished everything I needed to accomplish by being Fighter of the Decade, ESPN Fighter of the Decade, making history here in Charlotte, being the only athlete to win the world title in any sport out of Charlotte. I'm very proud. I'm very proud.
And that's why that's why Team Seabrooks, that's why it's going to be so successful and so big, because it's coming from your heart. And people know your heart. When they see that you really, I'm just blessed, honored to have you on the show, whereas we can let the world know about Team Seabrook, and we all can get behind you to help our youth and our adults in our community. Help them, because you've been there, you've seen success. And what more to help a youth than someone who's been successful, to tell them the route they need to go.
Right. Exactly. Let your life experiences be your teacher.
Correct.
That's it.
Yeah. So where does Kelvin Seabrooks see Team Seabrooks 5 years from now?
Hopefully, and I hate to use the word hopefully,
Speak it into existence.
But I see Team Seabrooks in 5 years at the top. I see the kids out of trouble, less of us in jail or prison, and more of us finishing high school and college. That's what I really see us right now. In 5 years, I really see that.
And it's going. You can see it coming up.
It's going to happen. But like I said, nothing happens overnight. And I know that. That's why I've been striving so hard and so long. Okay.
Patience.
Patience.
And you've been a very patient individual. And God blesses patience and obedience.
Yes. Yes. And my church does a lot, for the youth. Our pastors used to be a youth pastor and everything, and again, they help keep me grounded. Being at the church that I'm at now, I'm very grounded. I'm no longer running, but I'm running 2 and running 4.
How does it feel to be walking in peace?
Very comfortable. Very comfortable. Because I have, it feels good not to have worries. And believing in people, that people really do want to do. But I know in the same time right now it's hard. And that's why it's important to have patience. Because patience, you'll go nowhere. Without patience, you won't go anywhere.
What is it about Charlotte that you love?
That I love?
That you love. I mean, because this is your home.
At one time, and I'm going to be honest on this, at one time I used to love Charlotte. But Charlotte changed so much. Because Charlotte's about now, being the biggest city in North Carolina. Charlotte's about money. Charlotte's about Charlotte themselves. They're not trying to help other people. Whether it be, again, inner city kids or other little towns around them. Charlotte's about Charlotte. And I've always said that, and I'm glad I'm on television now to say that we need to get out and start helping other people because they helped us so much. Their money being put into Charlotte, not Charlotte money. As I said before, how many people you see from Charlotte really going to these games? Not many. So I really think that Charlotte needs to step it up and start really trying to help their people.
Mr. Seabrooks, we're running out of time. I really appreciate you coming on the show. And anytime you would like to come, we're going to take a break right now. We're going to wrap it up. I thought we were going to wrap it up, you know what I'm saying? But what we're going to do is anytime you want to come back on the show, you're more than welcome, because we're going to, any way I can help you with helping Team Seabrooks.
I appreciate that.
Ladies and gentlemen, world champion Kelvin Seabrooks, you be encouraged.